The courtroom froze. Every head turned, because the judge had just laughed. Not kindly, not out of humor, but with a sharp, cutting sound that felt like a slap in the face. "Please kindly, are you seriously telling me," the judge sneered, "that you are the attorney here today? Where's the real lawyer? Or did they just let anyone wander in off the street?" Gasps rippled through the gallery. And there he stood, Marcus Johnson, tall, composed, dressed in a gray suit that fit like it was stitched for the moment. He didn't flinch. He didn't bow his head. But the sting? It burned deep. To understand what was happening that day, you'd have to know who Marcus Johnson really was. Born on the south side of Chicago, raised by a single mother who worked double shifts as a nurse just to keep food on the table. Their apartment was small. Their nights were long, but their bond, stronger than steel. "Baby," his mother told him over and over again, "people will doubt you. They'll look down on you. Don't give them the satisfaction. You rise." Those words shaped him. He carried them through every late-night study session in high school, through the grind of college applications, through law school, where he studied until his eyes burned, until exhaustion broke lesser men, and finally into the bar exam. One try, one pass, against every odd. Marcus became an attorney. He had fought too hard, sacrificed too much, to be standing in this courtroom, only to be laughed at like a child who didn't belong. The defendant beside him shifted nervously. If his lawyer wasn't respected, what hope did he have? A few jurors exchanged glances. Doubt is already creeping into their minds. The judge leaned back in his chair. "Mr. Johnson," he said mockingly, "if that's really your name, show us you belong here." Whispers filled the air, but Marcus didn't raise his voice. He didn't let anger spill. He stepped forward, shoulders squared. "Your Honor," he said calmly, "I earned my place in this courtroom, and I will prove it." The judge chuckled again, like Marcus's words were nothing. As the trial began, Marcus spoke with clarity. His opening statement was strong, but every time he spoke, the judge cut in. "Counselor, are you sure you understand the law here? Perhaps you'd like to double-check your notes. Let's not waste the jury's time." Each jab landed heavy. The opposing attorney smirked, enjoying the show, and still Marcus did not break. He pressed forward, focused on the one thing that mattered, defending his client. Then came recess. The judge leaned forward, loud enough for half the room to hear. "Mr. Johnson," he said, "you look very young. I doubt you have the experience for a case this important. Maybe you should step aside before you embarrass yourself further." The gallery gasped. Whispers turned to murmurs. Humiliation. In front of everyone. Marcus adjusted his tie. He walked to his briefcase, pulled out a thick leather folder, and placed it on the judge's bench. Inside, his credentials. "I am a graduate of Harvard Law School, and top 5% of his class. Former clerk for a Supreme Court justice. Author in the Harvard Law Review. Certified trial lawyer with a perfect record of 12 defense wins." The judge's smirk faded. His eyes froze on the signatures, on the seals of approval, on the undeniable proof. The whispers in the gallery shifted. Gasps, murmurs, and then silence. The opposing attorney's smile disappeared. And then, something happened. Something no one expected. From the back of the courtroom, a man rose. An older black man, dressed in a navy uniform, medals gleaming across his chest. He stepped forward with authority. "Your Honor," he said, his voice steady, "I served with Marcus Johnson's father, a man of honor, a man who gave his life for this country." The courtroom went still. "And I'll tell you this," he continued, "you don't laugh at his son. Not after what that family has given. Not when he stands here, more qualified than most men who ever set foot in this room." Every eye turned to Marcus. His jaw tightened, but his face stayed calm. The judge shifted uncomfortably. "Well, Mr. Johnson," he muttered. "Very well, proceed." But the balance of power had already changed. Marcus sat down, his mind flashing back to a night years ago. His mother in their tiny kitchen. Her hands were tired from work. Her voice trembled with both fear and hope. "One day," she said, "they'll try to put you down, baby. When they do, you stand taller. You make them see you." Her words echoed through him now. This wasn't just about a trial. This was about every locked door, every sneer, every laugh at his expense. And he knew this was his moment. The proceedings continued, but now the energy was different. Marcus spoke and the jury leaned in. His words cut sharp. His points were undeniable. The opposing attorney faltered. The judge stopped interrupting. Even he could not deny what was unfolding. When the jury returned, the verdict was clear. Not guilty. The defendant wept, clutching Marcus's hand. And in that heavy silence, Marcus gathered his papers. He looked at the judge. Calm, steady. "Respect," he said, "isn't something you give. It's something you recognize." Then he walked out. The gallery parted like water. Every eye followed him. The message was clear. Never underestimate someone because of their skin, because of their age, because of where they come from. True strength doesn't shout. It stands. It endures. It refuses to bow. But just as Marcus stepped into the sunlight outside the courthouse, his phone buzzed. He froze. A new message. It read, "Nice win today, but don't get too comfortable. We know what you did." Marcus's face hardened. He looked back at the courthouse, shadows in his eyes. This battle was over, but the war? It had only just begun. To be continued. Who really sent Marcus the SMS he got that made his face harden up again? Should Marcus back down on the war that is coming, or should he fight back? Follow for part 2. 'Cause the war just began. If the story resonated with you, kindly share it with someone who needs to hear it. Let's start the conversation that matter, the ones that lead to changes, and please subscribe to our channel for more stories like this. Stories that challenge us, inspire us, and remind us of what we're capable of doing when we stand up for what is right in our society.